Ladies, I want you to listen closely because what I'm about to say may completely reshape the way you see your body after 50. What if I told you that women in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s are not losing their ability to feel deep, fulfilling intimacy, but are actually capable of experiencing even stronger, richer, more satisfying pleasure than they ever did in their younger years? And what if I told you that science has identified 4 specific body alignment styles that dramatically increase a woman's ability to feel sensation, connection, and emotional release? Too many women have been taught a quiet lie that pleasure fades with age, that desire becomes duty, that their bodies are somehow less responsive after menopause. That belief is not only false, it is one of the most damaging myths holding women back from the deep connection, comfort, and joy they still fully deserve. I'm Dr. Lily Stones, a board-certified gynecologist with more than 30 years of experience walking women through midlife menopause, reinvention, and rediscovery. I have listened to thousands of women whisper the same fears. My body doesn't respond the same anymore. Maybe this part of my life is over. Maybe I should just accept it. And every single time I tell them the same truth, your body is not shutting down. Your capacity for pleasure has not disappeared. It has simply changed the pathways through which it speaks. Here's the part many women never hear. The female body after 50 is not less capable. It is more sensitive, more responsive to certain angles, pressures, and rhythms of movement, more in tune with emotional intimacy, and more capable of experiencing deep connection, sometimes deeper than ever before. Advanced imaging studies have shown that a woman's intimate anatomy still receives powerful blood flow and strong nerve activation well into her 60s and 70s. The potential is absolutely still there. What changes is how we activate it. In your 20s, desire often sparked instantly. After 50, it simply asks for a different kind of ignition. More intention, more presence, more alignment, more emotional warmth. The spark is still there. It just responds to new forms of nourishment. Today, I'm going to show you 4 intimate connection styles backed by medical science that significantly increase a woman's ability to feel sensation and satisfaction after 50. They are not complicated, not acrobatic, and not unrealistic. They are simple shifts in positioning, movement, and body alignment that help your natural blood flow, nerve signals, and emotional state work together, not against each other. And I promise you this, when women learn these techniques, many rediscover forms of pleasure they thought were gone forever. But before we go deeper, I want to speak to the woman who may be listening with fear in her heart. The woman who wonders if she is too old to feel this way again. The woman who feels disconnected from her body after menopause. The woman who has gone quiet in the bedroom because she's embarrassed, unsure, or afraid of disappointment. You are not alone. And nothing about you is broken. You are simply in a new chapter that requires new knowledge, not shame, not silence, not self-blame. What we will explore today is not about performing for someone else. It is about supporting your body, honoring how it has changed, and giving yourself permission to feel alive again. And before we continue, tell me in the comments where you are watching from. Which state in the United States or which country around the world women everywhere are rediscovering themselves in midlife, and your voice helps another woman feel less alone. If this message resonates with you so far, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and tell me what you need more clarity on. Your feedback helps me guide you better. Now, take a breath, let your shoulders drop, let your mind soften. Because in the next part, we will explore a truth every woman after 50 deserves to know: the real science behind why your body is still capable of wonderful intimacy, and why this stage of life may hold even deeper potential than your younger years. Are you ready? Then let's continue. Before we explore the first body alignment style, you need to understand something essential about your body after 50. Because if you don't understand the why, the how never truly works. The biggest misunderstanding women carry into midlife is the belief that their bodies have lost the ability to feel deep connection and pleasure. But what's actually happening is far more interesting and far more hopeful. After menopause, estrogen decreases, blood flow slows, tissues may become more delicate, and arousal can take longer. These changes are real, and pretending they don't exist doesn't help anyone. But here is the part most women never hear. Your nerve endings do not disappear. Your sensitivity does not vanish. And your ability to feel intimacy does not fade. The pathways to pleasure simply change. Think of your body like a garden. In your 20s, everything bloomed quickly with very little effort. After 50, the soil is richer, deeper, more complex, but it requires intention. It asks you to slow down, to nourish differently, to listen more carefully. And when you do, what grows can be even more beautiful. Science has studied this in remarkable ways. Imaging tests, blood flow studies, and neurological scans all show the same thing. Women in their 50s, 60s, and 70s experience significant physiological responses during intimate connection. Your body is still capable. Your pleasure circuits still fire. Your brain still responds powerfully, but the signals need more support. And this is where the 4 connection styles come in. Instead of pushing your body to perform the way it did decades ago, these alignment methods work with your body's natural changes. They encourage better blood circulation. They reduce discomfort. They enhance nerve responsiveness. They help your pelvic muscles relax in the right areas and engage in others. More importantly, they bring your mind and body into sync. Something that becomes even more important with age. Because here's a truth many women discover only after 50. Pleasure is as much emotional as it is physical. When you feel safe, respected, and comfortable, your nervous system softens. Your pelvic floor releases tension. Your sensitivity increases. Your body becomes more receptive. When you feel rushed, judged, or disconnected, everything shuts down. The techniques we'll explore help create safety, comfort, and alignment. The 3 key elements women over 50 need for deeper intimacy. But before we get into technique, I want to address something I see every week in my medical practice: self-doubt. So many women assume that if intimacy feels different, it must be their fault. They blame aging, menopause, weight changes, health conditions, or insecurities. They compare themselves to who they were 20 years ago and believe they've lost something precious. But what you've actually lost is not your ability. It's your permission. Your permission to explore. Your permission to slow down. Your permission to communicate what you need. Your permission to receive instead of perform. Your permission to let your body guide you. When I coach women through this, their faces soften, their voices change. "You mean it's not just me?" they ask. And I always say the same thing. It has never been you. You just needed new information. Your body after 50 is not a problem to solve. It is a pathway to rediscovery. And let me tell you a story. A woman in her early 60s once came to me convinced that her intimacy days were behind her. She had dryness, discomfort, difficulty relaxing. She felt embarrassed, frustrated, disconnected. We didn't start with medication, positioning, or technique. We started with knowledge. I explained how her anatomy was still fully capable, how certain angles could increase circulation, how certain movements could reduce tension instead of increasing it. She and her partner tried just one small adjustment, just one gentle shift in alignment, and she came back months later with tears in her eyes. She told me, "I finally felt present again. I didn't think I could feel that way anymore." That moment changed her. Not because of technique, but because she realized her body wasn't gone. It was waiting. That is what I want for you. Because when women understand that their bodies are not failing them, but simply asking for different support, their confidence returns, their desire returns, their joy returns. And now that you understand the truth behind your body's potential, we can finally step into the first connection style. A style that gives you control, comfort, and the ability to guide your own experience. Something many women over 50 have never been taught to claim. Are you ready to discover the first method? Then let's continue. Now that you understand your body's true potential after 50, we can finally explore the first intimacy alignment style. And I want you to approach this with curiosity, not pressure. What we're about to talk about is not a performance, a technique to master, or something you need to get right. It's simply a way of positioning your body so that circulation, comfort, and emotional presence support you instead of working against you. Many women over 50 have spent years being passive in intimate moments, waiting for their bodies to react instead of guiding the experience. But your body responds far more powerfully when you take the lead, when you decide the pace, the angle, and the rhythm that feel natural for you. The first alignment style is what I call the guided connection posture, where you are in a more elevated or upright position, allowing your body to set its own movement instead of absorbing someone else's. I intentionally avoid more explicit labels because this is not about recreating anything from your past. It's about rediscovering a sense of control, confidence, and comfort. Women who try this often tell me the same thing. I finally felt like my body had a say again. That matters more than most realize. After 50, sensation often depends on angle and rhythm. When you have the ability to gently guide your own movement, you naturally find the alignment where blood flow increases, your pelvic floor relaxes, and your body responds without pressure. From a medical perspective, this orientation helps because it distributes weight differently, creating less compression on the pelvic muscles that tend to tighten during midlife. That softening increases sensitivity in ways many women haven't felt in years. But beyond physiology, there is something psychologically liberating about being in a supported position where you are not rushed, not overwhelmed, and not trying to match someone else's pace. You are allowing your body to lead. I remember a woman in her late 50s who confessed she had avoided this posture for years because she felt self-conscious. She worried about how she looked, whether she moved correctly, whether her partner noticed her insecurities. When she finally tried it with the mindset of exploration rather than performance, she returned to my office glowing. She said, "I didn't know I could still feel that connected." It was the first time I felt present in a long time. What changed wasn't technique, it was permission. She allowed herself to listen to her body, and her body responded with clarity. The second alignment style builds on the same foundation but focuses on comfort support elevation, where the hips or pelvis are gently raised with the support of a pillow or cushion. This small adjustment can make a profound difference. It shifts the angle of your pelvis, reduces lower back tension, and enhances natural circulation. Many women describe this as finally feeling aligned. A woman once told me she had nearly given up on intimate connection because everything felt uncomfortable. I suggested she try adding elevation under her hips, not to create anything acrobatic, but simply to support her spine and relax her muscles. The next time I saw her, she laughed and said, "I can't believe I waited this long to try something so simple." These small adjustments matter more after 50 because your body is wiser and more sensitive. It tells you exactly what it needs when you're willing to listen. The third alignment style is what I call rhythmic harmony connection, which focuses less on movement and more on coordinated rocking or swaying gentle, steady motion that keeps your bodies connected without forcing intensity. This approach supports continuous contact, which is essential for women who need consistent stimulation to build arousal gradually. From a neurological standpoint, slow and steady rhythm activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body responsible for relaxation, emotional safety, and enhanced pleasure pathways. Many women say they feel calmer, more open, and more connected using this approach. It helps remove pressure and invites presence. And finally, the fourth alignment style emphasizes close contact seating where partners sit facing each other, allowing full body connection, eye contact, and synchronized breathing. This style is especially powerful for women who crave emotional intimacy as much as physical closeness. After 50, many women find that emotional alignment is physical alignment. This orientation reduces strain on the joints, lowers physical effort, and increases warmth. Many women report feeling more relaxed and unexpectedly responsive because the closeness itself becomes the catalyst, not speed, not intensity, but presence. If you've listened to these 4 alignment styles and felt a spark of curiosity, good. If you felt nervous, that's normal. If you felt hopeful, that's wonderful. Because in the next part, we will explore small enhancement methods, gentle adjustments that can make any style more comfortable, more responsive, and more pleasurable, especially for women in midlife and beyond. Are you ready to explore those subtle shifts that often make the biggest difference? Now that you understand the 4 intimacy alignment styles that naturally support your body after 50, I want to share something equally important. Because for many women, the difference between a moment that feels simply comfortable and a moment that feels deeply satisfying comes down to subtle enhancements, Gentle adjustments that help your body respond with ease, warmth, and confidence. These are not tricks. They are not performances. They are not complicated techniques you must memorize. They are small shifts that honor the wisdom of your body. And for women in midlife and beyond, these shifts can be absolutely transformative. The first enhancement method I teach women is something I call intentional angling. It means adjusting your hips, your spine, or the position of your legs by just a few inches to invite better circulation and more natural responsiveness. Women often assume that a small movement cannot possibly make a difference, and then they try it. One woman in her mid-50s told me she had spent years feeling disconnected from intimacy. When I encouraged her to experiment with angling, raising her hips, slightly shifting her pelvis forward, or gently tilting her lower back, she came back astonished. It was like flipping a switch, she said. I didn't realize how much my comfort depended on tiny changes. This works because the female pelvis is highly sensitive to angle. When the alignment is just right, blood flow increases, pelvic muscles soften, and nerve signals travel more easily. You are not forcing your body into something. You are guiding it into what feels natural. The second enhancement method is something many women never consider but benefit from: immediately shallow, rhythmic motion. Over the years, I've had women tell me they believed that deeper or faster movement was always better. But for women after 50, the highest concentration of sensitive nerves is often near the entrance of the intimate area, not deep inside. When movement is gentle, close, and rhythmic, many women report sensations they haven't felt in years. One patient once described it as quiet electricity, not overwhelming, not pressured, just awakening. This method helps the nervous system relax instead of brace. And when your nervous system relaxes, your sensitivity naturally rises. The third enhancement method is something I call paired stimulation, but in safe YouTube language, think of it simply as adding supportive touch. This can be done by either partner, and it allows your body to receive input in more than one area at the same time. The science behind this is powerful. When two types of sensation occur together, one deep, one more external, it increases communication between the brain and the pelvic nerves. This often results in a stronger response, especially for women in midlife. Many women assume that if their body needs more than one type of input, it means something is wrong. The truth is the opposite. It means you understand how your body is wired. You are honoring your anatomy, not working against it. The final enhancement method, and the one many women overlook, is breath synchrony, allowing your breathing to guide your body instead of tension. Breath is the earliest language of intimacy. It calms the nervous system, reduces pelvic floor tightness, and helps you stay present instead of anxious or self-conscious. Deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for relaxation and increased sensation. Shallow breathing does the opposite. It tells your body to tighten, brace, and disconnect. One woman in her 70s once told me, "I didn't realize how much I was holding my breath until I tried breathing with intention. It changed everything." When she let her breath deepen, her body opened. When her body opened, she finally felt these 4 enhancement methods: angling, shallow, rhythmic, motion-paired support, and synchronized breathing aren't just physical techniques. They are emotional invitations. They invite you to be present, to be gentle with yourself, to rediscover your body without judgment or pressure. But there is one more piece you need before everything truly comes together, because your physical experience is only part of the story. What shapes intimacy after 50 even more deeply is the emotional side. How you feel about yourself, your body, your partner, and the connection you share. And that is exactly where we are headed next. Because once you understand the emotional foundation of intimacy after 50, everything else, the alignment styles, the enhancements, the comfort techniques, begins to flourish naturally. Are you ready to explore the emotional heart of intimacy at this stage of your life? Now that you understand the 4 alignment styles and the enhancement methods that support your body after 50, it's time to bring everything together. Because intimacy is never only about the body, it is equally profoundly shaped by what you believe about yourself, about your worth, about your desirability, and about the connection you allow yourself to receive. I want to speak directly to your heart for a moment. Women over 50 carry decades of life inside them. You have loved, lost, nurtured, built, given, held families together, carried invisible emotional labor, survived transitions you never imagined you could face. And in all of that, many women quietly disconnect from their own bodies without even realizing it. Some tell me they feel invisible. Others tell me they feel hesitant, self-conscious, or unsure of themselves. Some worry that their partner sees their changes. Others worry that they themselves cannot embrace those changes. And almost all of them believe at some point that they are the only ones feeling this way. But you are not alone, and you are not past anything. What you are entering is a stage of life where intimacy can become more meaningful, more emotionally connected, and more intentional than ever before. After 50, the body asks for presence instead of pressure. It asks for gentleness instead of rushing. It asks for communication instead of guesswork. And when you meet your body in this place, something beautiful happens. You rediscover your sensual confidence, not as something tied to youth, but as something rooted in wisdom. The emotional side of intimacy after 50 is where everything changes. When you allow yourself to speak honestly, you create safety. When you allow yourself to slow down, you create relaxation. When you allow yourself to receive, you create connection. And when you stop comparing yourself to the woman you were at 25 and start honoring the woman you are now, you unlock a version of pleasure and closeness that is deeper and richer than anything you've ever known. One of my patients, a woman in her late 60s, once told me she had spent years believing intimacy was behind her. Stress, menopause, self-doubt, it all took a toll. But when she finally talked openly with her partner about her fears, something shifted. She told me I thought he would see me differently, but instead, he held me closer. He said he was waiting for me to let him in. That moment wasn't about technique. It wasn't about alignment or breathwork. It was about emotional honesty. And that honesty became the foundation of every beautiful moment that followed. I want you to imagine that for yourself. Imagine a relationship where you don't have to pretend, where you don't have to rush, where you don't have to perform, where you can communicate openly, explore freely, and allow your body to respond without pressure. Where intimacy becomes a shared experience, not a silent responsibility. This stage of life is not a decline, it is a refinement. It is a shift into deeper connection, deeper understanding, deeper fulfillment. Your body is not less, it is simply wiser. And when you work with that wisdom, everything becomes more meaningful. So I want to ask you gently, when was the last time you allowed yourself to feel beautiful? When was the last time you embraced your body without judgment? When was the last time you let yourself believe that pleasure, closeness, and connection still belong to you? Because they do, and they always will. Before we close, I want to invite you to share something meaningful. Where you are watching from, which city or state in the United States or which country in the world. Women from everywhere join this community, and your voice helps someone else feel understood, supported, and less alone. And if this message touched something inside you, if it gave you hope, clarity, or a sense of possibility, tell me in the comments. Your words matter. And now let me leave you with what I tell every woman who walks into my office feeling uncertain about her body or her future. You are not finished. You are not fading. You are entering a chapter where intimacy can become more honest, more tender, more connected, and more powerful than ever before. You deserve every bit of that. And before we close, let me remind you, this video is for educational purposes only. It does not replace medical advice. Every woman's body is unique. If you are experiencing pain, significant changes, or have personal concerns, please consult with your healthcare provider. Your well-being deserves personalized